Whenever you find yourself in an environment of negativity, become a stone and allow that negative emotional energy to cascade off of your aura. If you find yourself in an atmosphere filled with positivity, enthusiasm, and joy, become a sponge and soak it up, every last bit of it. It's always very important to be cognizant of your surroundings at all times, no matter where you are. You could be at a restaurant, could be at a bar, club, could be just going out, concert, coffee house, just walking down the street. Always be cognizant of all of the energies that surround you, because energy always attempts to transfer, whatever type of energy that is. So once you're cognizant of that, you could put up a deflector shield that will not allow any negative energies to be absorbed into your auric field and into your soul. Once you're cognizant of your surroundings, you'll begin to listen to your intuition and follow your instincts, because they're never wrong. They always guide you in the proper direction. If, per se, that you're in a coffee house or a restaurant and you get a very bad feeling about something, your intuition's telling you something's wrong. You've got to listen to that. That's the voice of your angels. It's telling you that there's an energy in the nearest proximity to you that is attempting to transfer itself. A lot of times this stuff happens unconsciously. People aren't deliberately doing it. Sometimes they are. That's what they call psychic sabotage. But a lot of times this stuff transcends this realm. By that I mean, have you ever noticed if you're in a really great mood and if you meet someone, you automatically see that you don't click with them? For some reason, they're just irritated by your presence. That's because your light agitates their darkness. Your angels irritate their demons. Your positivity exacerbates their negativity. It isn't anything to do with what you're doing personally or deliberately. It's just all energy. These things transcend the physical. So once you're cognizant of the fact that energy always attempts to transfer, then you'll be very selective as to which environment you place yourself in. If there's an individual who's a very negative, miserable person, that negative emotional energy always demands transfer. Negativity is not a static energy. It's a kinetic energy that demands transfer. That's why they say misery loves company. Just like dominoes, the inertia. When the first one falls, they all fall, because they're not rooted in anything. They're not grounded in anything. They're just freestanding. There's nothing anchoring them into anything solid. But if you're anchored into a solid, positive foundation, any kind of negativity coming your way is going to be dissipated, because you're not going to continue that inertia, that chain reaction, that energy wave that just goes through everything. Whenever you encounter someone negative, you absorb that energy. And then once they transfer their energy to you and you absorb it, you begin to be a carrier. And then you transfer it to somebody else. Inevitably and eventually, it's a process. It's a process of dysfunction and disease and abuse on a different level. But it is happening. It happens every day. It happens every single day. I see it. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't see this happen. And that's why whenever you walk into a room and you're really feeling great, and then you walk into a room and all of a sudden your positivity just gets sucked right out of you, that's what happened. That energy transfers. Someone's negativity, someone's darkness has robbed you of your light and replaced it with their misery. Never allow the misery of someone's darkness to eclipse the sunshine of your happiness. You always got to be cognizant all the time, even when you're alone, because you could be watching TV. Televisions are nothing more than portals. The matrix is the media, the news, social media, YouTube, all of those things, Facebook. That's the matrix. The vortices through which generate this power, that's technology that allows those channels of energy to be beamed through portals, which are your cell phones, your TVs, laptops, iPads, monitors, computer screens, video games, on anything with a screen. That's a portal, a door, opened up wide to that type of energy that's beamed into the subconscious levels of your physical mind. Like a sponge, you soak it up. Because remember, your mind is a glass from which only your life shall drink. It doesn't matter what fills that glass. It could be great stuff or horrible stuff. But that glass is going to get filled and it can overflow. So you have to be very cognizant of all of the energies that surround you. Your intuition is key. It's telling you something's not right. Don't disregard it. It's your angels telling you something's wrong. Even if you meet someone for the first time, you get a real bad feeling, you always have to listen. That's your angelic realm. Your spirit guide's telling you this is no good. This person, they might look good, they might be good looking, well mannered, well groomed, all that. That's a facade. That's a masquerade. Most of these people are very good looking on the outside, but they're empty inside. They have nothing to offer. And because this is a superficial society, it's materialistic, it's empty, it's shallow, it's narcissistic. It's all based on physical consumerism, possessions, material things. That's how most people operate these days. As long as you're pretty, that's all that matters. They don't go for substance. They don't go for quality. They don't go for the quality, content, and character that's within someone. That's the only substantial elements that will, outlast the test of time. So it's important that you always be cognizant to the fact that we are energy, frequency, and vibration, no matter what anyone tells you. It has nothing to do with man, science, physics, math. That has nothing to do with anything. The universe is unquantifiable. It's infinite. It has no center. Mathematics is not applicable. Science is not applicable. Physics is not applicable. These are all constructs of man. Man has nothing to do with the universe, but we cannot say the same conversely. The universe created us. We didn't create the universe. We're the youngest species on this planet. All the other species on this planet have been here billions of years before us. And they got it right. They don't pollute the earth. They don't decimate the seas, poison the skies. They don't destroy this world. Humanity is the only species that makes all of the other species go extinct. So how evolved are we if we can't even, unite amongst ourselves? That's all energy. Right now in the world, everybody's divided, everybody's fighting because they're not cognizant to the fact that there's a small group in charge of a large group instead of individuals being in charge of themselves. So that being said, anytime you venture out into society, or if you invite someone over your home, if you go anywhere, always be cognizant of all of the energies that surround you, because energy will attempt to transfer. And then once it transfers to you, you absorb it, you'll carry it, you'll take it home, then it'll permeate every corner of your house. Then you watch your atmosphere, your ambience, the milieu, your energy of your house will just drop drastically and dramatically. You can have somebody that come over your house that has a horrible energy, and they leave subconscious impressions upon the fabric of the energy of your home, because your home is comprised of energy. So if there's somebody miserable or has demons that are attached to them, or darkness or whatever, some form of malevolence, and they leave, just because they physically left doesn't mean the energy did. Always remember, energy precedes presence. Long before someone arrives in your house physically, their energy is already there. It's setting up the stage for their arrival. And the same holds true for them when they depart. The energy doesn't just leave. That's why it's always imperative you get Florida water, Palo Santo, sage, or whatever, and cleanse your environment, because it's going to linger, it's going to permeate, it's going to fester in these areas. And then what happens is, if you have negativity that has been entered into your home, it's going to start feasting on you and your family, because evil induces the very fears from which it feeds, because the darkness has no power. It is neither proactive nor autonomous. It is a reactive, homogeneous entity. It has been granted perpetuity to play its games on mortal minds because it does what it does very well. It's an expert at it. It incites riots. It instigates fights. It lowers energies. You can have an ultra-high vibration and have it reduced to an extremely low frequency in a day, in a second, simply because you're not cognizant of energy transfer. So just keep in mind that energy, like anything else, can transfer, can exchange, can transform. It makes transitions. You can mold it and shape it in any form or size you want. Pure energy is like clay. It can be molded to assume and be shaped into any form. The soul, this earth, the universe, it's all the same. So when that energy attempts to transfer to you, you have to listen to your intuition, your feelings, your emotions, your instincts. That gut sensation you get that something is not right. Listen to it. Don't disregard it, because it's your angels telling you something or someone is trying to transfer their negative energy to you. And it isn't going to be beneficial to you or your loved ones in any way. Have a wonderful day, everyone. God bless. I hope this information helped you in some extent. I hope it arrived in your life exactly when you needed to hear it and when you needed to know. The universe always works that way. It never works on our timetable. It's always by the divine timetable, by God's timetable, source, the divine, consciousness, whatever name you want to use. The name is irrelevant. There are no names in the universe. It's not even called energy. It is what it is. We just call it energy because that's how we communicate amongst each other. But anyway, have an amazing day. God bless. Take care, and I hope this helped you guys out. Bye-bye.